guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen my face before, hello, my name is Ebony and welcome to another day of the 12 days of EBMAS. So for 12 days leading up until the 6th of January, from Christmas Day, I'm posting, I don't know why I said it in that order, from Christmas Day up until the 6th of January, I'm going to be posting a video every single day. So this is not the first video, they've already been going live. I've got a few more days to go, but I'm really excited and I hope that you want to follow along, so subscribe down below if you do, and leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I've done another similar video to this one, 10 best coffee shops for brunch and afternoon tea in London. So I don't know if that's going to be up before this one, but if it is, you should check it out. So without further ado, let's get on into this video. So today's video, we're going to be breezing through 20 free activities in London. That's right, there are plenty of things to do in London that are free, so keep watching, bookmark this video, make sure you've got your notebook ready and take down these locations. Who doesn't love a free activity? These are all ideas that are perfect for days out if you're visiting London for one day or more. Definitely have a look at some of these activities and see what floats your boat. So I've got a few different categories here. We've got plants, for people who like plants and nature. We've got a category of people who like animals. We've got a category of people who like museums and history and things, architecture and things like that. And then we've got a category for those Instagrammers out there, those photographers out there who just want a great backdrop, who want to visit somewhere cool, but also look cute while they're doing it. And then we've also got a small category for art lovers, so people who like a bit of art, a bit of class, a bit of culture. So the first category we have are for you Instagram lovers. I thought I'd put you guys first because I feel like a lot of people on YouTube are also probably going to be wanting to get good pictures at their locations when they're on holidays or if you're just visiting for the day. So here's some top places that I love to take pictures in London that's free. So first place, you've got Columbia Road Flower Market. I haven't been myself, but I want to go so badly. You have to go really early on a Sunday. It's an incredible place to go to grab yourself some flowers if you really like flowers. Great place. I know that they do some incredible flowers and bouquets, but not only that, when the flowers are all there right early in the morning, it's obviously going to be a great place to get some cute snaps. Number two, we have Camden Town. Now Camden Town is actually more of a place than an activity, but when you go there you'll see what I mean. It's like full of things to see and do. Not only have you got the market, the famous market, the music venues, you've got the lock, you've got some like really cool stables, old stables to walk around. It's just a place to kind of see things, I guess. And then you've also just up the road got Chalk Farm Station. You've got a really famous Instagrammable road called Shalcott Square, which is just full of colourful houses. And if you walk up to Primrose Hill, you've got an incredible view of London, as well as the setting of quite a few movies. So yeah, definitely a place worth checking out, spending the day is Camden. And not far from Camden you'll find Hampstead Pergola. So up the hill, keep going, you'll find Hampstead, and in Hampstead Heath, which is a massive famous park in London, you'll find the Hampstead Pergola, which is an incredible beautiful pergola that's usually covered in vines and flowers, and you can walk around it. It's raised off the ground. It makes the perfect setting for pictures, but also for plant lovers. That's two categories that cross over. Then in King's Cross Station, you've got platform 9 3/4. If you don't want to break the bank and take a trip to the Harry Potter studio tour, don't worry, you can get a snap at the platform 9 3/4, which has a little trolley coming out of the wall. There's usually a queue to get a picture here because it is well known now. There's also a little shop, a Harry Potter shop next door, but if you just want the picture, you just want that experience, get a little pic with the platform 9 3/4 sign. Then in central London, just off of Waterloo Bridge, you have Somerset House, which is a really beautiful historical building. So great for history lovers, but also great if you like a picture. Now I will say they are very strict on picture taking at Somerset House, so use your phone where you can and try and avoid the security eyes because they will find you and they will tell you to stop, from personal experience. In East London, you have Own Junkyard, which is a huge shop filled with neon signs. It is the setting of many a photo shoot, professional and otherwise, and it's just a really cool place to get a picture if you want one, but also just to visit. I've never been myself, but it is on my list. It just looks really cool. You've got all the neon signs, the colours, the lights. It's just a really cool place. But I think they also hire out the space as well for photo shoots and things. I've seen quite a few like fast fashion brands shooting campaigns there. So yeah, it's a really cool place. Next up, we're going to move on to plant categories. I've already mentioned a couple of places which I think will be good for plant lovers, like Hampstead Pergola and Columbia Road Flower Market, but we've also got a few others to add. So for free activity, you've got the Sky Garden in East London. It's in Fenchurch Street and it's a huge building. I think it's called the Walkie Talkie Building. It's huge, it's massive, and then at the top you've got a Sky Garden. You've got gardens in the sky, and there's also some restaurants up there and bars and things which obviously aren't free, but the Sky Garden entrance is free. So if you head down to my bio, I'll leave a link below where you can grab tickets to get to the Sky Garden. It's very popular, so book far in advance, but it's so beautiful up there. I've been once or twice and you can just kind of walk around and look at all the plants. It's also a great place to get a picture as well if you wanted to, very botanical, and yeah, I really love that place. It's nice. Then in South East London, you've got Crystal Palace Park, which is huge, a lovely place for a long walk if you would like, and it's also got a lot of history to it. The actual site was an actual Crystal Palace. It was a massive building which was an exhibition centre of the British Empire back in the day, which actually burnt down, and it was never rebuilt, but there are still ruins and things that you can see. There's even like old statues and bits of the building that you can have a look at. Not only that, you've got an outdoor theatre where Bob Marley once performed, which is right next door to a free maze, which you could do. Great place to take the kids. It's not that high. If you're an adult, like when I was a kid, I remember it being like really crazy, but as an adult you can kind of see above it, but great for the kids. And there's also a dinosaur walk, which there's like life-size dinosaur statues, and like there's a path that you follow and you can spot them. Great place. Also lovely, take some monkey nuts and feed the squirrels. There's playgrounds, there's usually an ice cream van in the summer, and actually in the winter I saw one recently too. It's also home to Crystal Palace Football Stadium and a massive Olympic-sized swimming pool, so lots to see and do there. Continuing on with our South East London theme, we've got Horniman Museum, which is a free museum in South East London. It's got some amazing gardens. It's got an English rose garden, it's got a little pergola, it's got a really lovely viewing seating area where you can look at it's perfect in summer. In the winter the flowers aren't so much, but in the summer it's stunning. Spring and summer it's beautiful. There's a pergola. It's actually a site that you can get married at because it's so beautiful. There's a really lovely big greenhouse structure thing which you can sit in and have tea and coffee apart of the cafe. And obviously the museum itself is home to so many taxidermy animals. Well, there's one room that I just never forget. It's got a massive walrus in the centre of it, and it's just full of taxidermy animals. It's kind of weird but kind of cool, and it's got some other museum bits as well, like musical instruments from around the world and things like that. But it's free, great place if you want to go as an adult or take your kids. The Barbican Conservatory is a really beautiful botanical haven that's free to go into. It's really beautiful. I don't think I've been as an adult, but I think I went as a kid, and the pictures I've seen taken there are just stunning. It's a really great place to take some cool like botanical photography shots, like rainforest vibes, but also just to have a walk around yourself. Plant lovers, you'll love it. Yeah, great place to visit. And then moving on to more museums, I mentioned Horniman Museum as a place for great plants and things, and obviously the museum. You've also got the V&A Museum in the Museum Central of London, right in South Kensington. The V&A next door to the Natural History Museum, next door to the Science Museum, and those venues are all free. I think at the moment you have to book because of the pandemic. They need to limit the numbers, but usually you could just walk straight on in. They do take donations at the door if you want to. Obviously it's nice to contribute. If you can't, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's massive. Each of those museums are huge. I think you could do the Science Museum in a whole day, and it's great for kids because there's so many interactive elements. But the Natural History Museum and the V&A Museum are huge, so make sure you know what you want to see when you go there. Plan it out, map it out, because it will probably take you a couple of days to cover all of it. Then you have Westminster Abbey, another one for you history lovers. Westminster Abbey is obviously a really prestigious venue where a lot of royals get married. It's free to go inside. I don't know if you have to book. I'll leave links to anything that you need down below. But yeah, I don't know if I've been as an adult again, but I went as a kid. A lot of these venues I went as a kid because I'm from London, but definitely a place to check out if you want to soak in some history, and obviously it's also a religious venue as well. St Dunstan in the East is another historical site for you history lovers, but also great for your photography lovers as well if you want to get an Instagram there. It's a really great little location in East London. I think it's kind of a walking distance from Tower Bridge, that kind of area. and it's a really lovely place where it's kind of like ruined. It's like an old, it seems like an old church kind of cathedral-y vibe, but it's like ruined and then it's overgrown with vines and things. It's a really beautiful place. There are some benches to have a sit. You'll see a lot of like business people from the local high-rise offices and things having their lunch break in there. It's just a lovely little tranquil space. Another museum would be the Design Museum, which is a beautiful museum full of like modern and old antique artifacts of design, so like from packaging of products and technology. You've got old Apple products in there and they kind of talks you through it. It's really great for any technology lovers. I really enjoyed my time there. I was there actually working, I was doing a project, but I managed to have a little look around, and there's like old cassette players from like the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, and it kind of shows you the evolution of technology. I really enjoyed it. And then locally just next door you've also got a really famous Japanese garden, and this is all free to get into. It's like a really cool little spot. And then finally, for you animal lovers, I've got a couple of venues. First one, Richmond Park, which is free to get into in Richmond, West London, and it's a massive park that's actually home to wild deer. So if you're lucky enough, you might be able to spot some deer. But not only that, it's a beautiful place just to have a walk around. There's a really lovely part of the Thames River flowing through Richmond, and yeah, it's just really beautiful. And I don't think I've ever seen wild deer, but apparently me and my mum used to live there when I was younger, which I don't remember because I was so young, but it's just a stunning place. And then you've also got Mudshoot Farm in Greenwich, which is just from Greenwich, Cutty Sark area. There's an underwater tunnel which you can take, comes out at the other end in East London. There's a farm called Mudshoot Farm which is free to get into. You can buy animal feed and things for your kids or for you to feed the animals, but to just walk around the stables and farmyard itself, it's free, and it's just like a cute little farm, great for a little date. If you're struggling with places outside for a date, maybe if your date likes animals. But yeah, I've been there a couple of times and I think it's really cute. And for you history lovers, for you astronomy lovers, for you photography lovers, all of those things encompassed Greenwich as an area in London. I'm no stranger to Greenwich and I talk about it quite a lot on my social media, it seems. I've mentioned Greenwich quite a few times in like TikToks and on my Instagram and YouTube channel. I love Greenwich. It's one of the places that I would love to live one day if I could ever afford it. Probably not, but if I could, I would live in Greenwich. It's stunning. And Greenwich is actually home to lots of history. So you've got the old Royal Naval College. I don't know which order that goes in, but it's actually the set of a lot of really famous films. I know they filmed parts of The Apprentice there. It's a really stunning location to have a walk around. You've got all the columns and pillars. I regularly go there to take photos for my Instagram. Then up into Greenwich Park, you've got the astronomy kind of area where you've got the home of Greenwich Mean Time. If you didn't know, the whole of the UK run on Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. So when you see the words GMT after a time, that's the home of Greenwich Mean Time. And there's actually a line on the floor where you can see the meridian line running across the world. It's very cool. There's also an astronomy tower and like centre where you can go inside. I think that's not free, you have to pay, but there's like a stargazing show in one of the orbs at the top, in the domes, sorry, not orbs, and it's very cool. Yeah, Greenwich, one of my favourite places, definitely on a sunny day as well. It's just so beautiful to walk around and soak it all in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I don't know how long this is going to be because I've been talking and talking. If you did get this far, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up to let me know you enjoyed it. Let me know down below in the comments if there's anything else I should add to these lists, free cool things to do in London. Remember to subscribe for more videos from me and check out the rest of my 12 days of EBMAS, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!